The conditional constructs. There are multiple versions of the if-then construct. The first one doesn't even use the end if keyword. Instead, it uses a line reference to branch to if the result of the expression is true. If the result is false, the invisible goto indicates that execution continues at the next statement following the if-then statement. The next version is the single test. If the expression results in true, the execution continues at the next statement after the if-then test and continues until the end if statement is reached. The invisible goto indicates that execution will continue at the first statement after the end if statement if the result is false. Next is the alternate execution version. This one includes the else clause, allowing alternative execution if the result of the expression is false. The invisible goto indicates that execution will begin at the first statement after the else statement. Note that the end if statement is just a token and end of line token, where the else statement includes an offset address. This is where execution will continue if the result is true, once the else statement is reached, and points to the first statement after the end if statement. The exit if and exit construct is used to exit the closest block structure it is used in. This means, if you have it inside an if then end if block, that is what it will exit. Execution will continue at the next statement after the end if statement. It is not advisable to use exit if inside a if then test, as it is designed to exit a loop. So, you can use it to exit any loop when the result of the expression is true, so long as it is at the block level of the loop construct itself. Inside an if-then block will require a goto statement if the intention is to exit a loop. Literal clauses. A literal clause is the only form of constant basic 09 uses, with the exception of the pi keyword. Pi is the only defined constant in basic 09 and represents the value 3.141599265. Literals can be of the byte, integer, real or string types, and the Boolean type has the constant values of true or false. True resolves to hexadecimal 255, or -1, and false resolves to 0. Line references. In packed modules, line references used in all forms of goto and gosub, the if-then line reference statement and the restore line reference statement use a different token than the unpacked module. In the packed module, goto uses hexadecimal 20, even in on-error goto, gosub uses hexadecimal 22. And the if-then, on-goto or gosub and restore statements use hexadecimal 3b. In unpacked modules, goto uses hexadecimal 1f, even in on-error goto, gosub uses hexadecimal 21, and the if-then, on-goto or gosub and restore statements use hexadecimal 3a. Also, in unpacked modules, the line that begins with a line number uses the token 3a, followed by an integer representing the number. Line 10 uses hexadecimal 000a, preceding the actual statement. In unpacked modules, the bound versions, 20, 22 and 3b, occur when outside the editor. The unbound versions, 1f, 21 and 3a, occur when in the editor. Data statements. Data statements are a singly linked list structure. This means you can search forward through the list, but not backward. The first data statement offset address in the header points to the first node of the first data statement, the first node of the only data statement if there is only one, and is 0 if there are no data statements in the procedure. Each node of the statement is separated by a comma token, hexadecimal 4b, with the last node being followed by an invisible goto pointing to the first node of the next data statement, or the first node of the first data statement if it is the last or only data statement. Restore with no line reference uses the first data statement offset address in the header and resets the pointer back to the first node of the first data statement. Restore with a line reference points to the first node of the data statement referenced by that line reference. The file access mode tokens. These are all of the file access mode tokens. They can be used in both open and create statements. Note that read plus write is equal to update. Exec adds 4, so exec plus read plus exec plus write equals exec plus update. The directory mode, dir, adds hexadecimal 80 to all of the modes between 1 and 7. The icode variable map. The icode variable map shown here indicates the paths basic 09 uses to identify a variable and its storage location in data memory. In the icode area, 80 through 83 point directly to data memory. 84 points to the description area, and all other tokens point to the symbol table. In the symbol table, all string, record, array and parameter variables of those types point to the description area, and all others point to data memory. In the description area, the variables' shapes are defined by their types and then point to the data memory. The I-code area and symbol table variable tokens. You can see here that tokens are defined by what area they occur in. The tokens hexadecimal F2 through F9 only occur in the I-code area. 80 through 84 in the I-code area indicate byte, integer, real, Boolean and string variables, respectively. 85 can be a record or array variable or a parameter variable. F2 indicates any of the atomic or record variables including parameters, which use 85 and F2 through F5. 86 through 88 and F3 through F5 indicate array variables, including parameters. In field variables, it is backwards. When a record and field variable occur, the field variable is represented by F6 through F9. If the record variable is represented by F2 through F5, the field is represented by 89 through 8C. The hexadecimal 80 through 8C tokens have different meanings between the I-code area and the symbol table. In the symbol table, 80 through 9D indicate parameter variables. 60 through 7D indicate dimensioned variables, and 40 through 5D indicate record field variables. Hexadecimal 25 represents a type variable, such as reg and type reg equals, only in unpacked modules. Keyword tokens. Here is the list of keywords and their associated token values. I have grouped them by association rather than numerically according to token value. The secondary keyword tokens are used in conjunction with main keywords. Then is used with if and exitif. To and step are used with for. Do is used with while. Using is used with print and write. Following these tokens are descriptions of the other tokens used in Basic 09. The final list is all of the token values and their meanings. This video ends here. The next video covers the description area. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Please press that thumbs up if you like the video and believe you have gained something from it.